If you've tried everything to heal and nothing's worked, you're not alone, and there's a reason it felt so confusing. Before we talk about healing, I want to slow this right down because the way most people talk about healing already puts pressure on the body. Even the language we use, fixing, correcting, pushing through, doing more, often assumes that something is broken. So before we talk about techniques, strategies, or solutions, I want to say something clearly and without conditions. If you're in pain, whether it's physical pain, emotional pain, or mental pain, there's nothing wrong with you. I want to say that again because for many people, this is the first time they've heard it without a but attached. There is nothing wrong with you. Pain doesn't mean failure. Struggle doesn't mean weakness. Feeling stuck doesn't mean you're broken, behind, or doing life incorrectly. It means your body has been responding to something it believes is too much. And that response is not a flaw, it's intelligence. You see, the body's first job is not happiness. It's not productivity. It's not performance or success. The body's first job is survival. When the body perceives threat, whether the threat is physical, emotional, relational, financial, environmental, or internal, it adapts, it tightens, it activates, it conserves energy and protects. Sometimes that protection looks like pain. Sometimes it looks like tension, inflammation, fatigue, anxiety, digestive issues, sleep problems, brain fog, shutdown, or a feeling that no matter how hard you try, you just can't move forwards. But protection is never the enemy. Protection is what the body does when it feels safe enough to relax. You see, a stressed body cannot heal. No matter how good the treatment is, a pressured nervous system will always choose survival over repair. The fact you're watching this right now tells me something important. It tells me that some part of you still believes things can change. Not because you're forcing them to, but because your system hasn't shut down. Your body hasn't given up. It's still searching for safety, support, and understanding. Most people believe healing is hard because the body is complicated. But healing feels hard because we've been taught the wrong relationship with our body. We've been taught to override it, push through, ignore, judge it, and control it. And when healing doesn't happen, the pressure increases. You see, more effort, more discipline, more willpower, more self-criticism, more blame, they don't help. The nervous system does not heal under stress. It does not respond well to urgency, force, or self-attack. It heals under safety. It heals when it feels understood. It heals when it feels supported. It heals when it's allowed to come back into balance at its own pace. Most healing advice fails because it talks to the mind and not the nervous system. This is why so many people feel like they've tried everything and nothing's worked. They're trying to heal from the same state that created the problem. They're asking a stressed system to relax. They're asking an overwhelmed nervous system to change. They're asking a body in survival mode to perform healing on demand. Healing doesn't work that way. Healing's not additive, it's subtractive. It's not about doing more, it's about removing interference, reducing stress, restoring rhythm, supporting regulation. When those things happen, the body naturally moves towards balance. You don't have to convince it, you don't have to force it, you just have to stop interrupting it. Your symptoms are not a problem, they're the message. They're literally communication. They are the body saying, something here is too much for me to carry alone. When we start listening instead of fighting, everything changes. Take a moment and notice your breath. You don't need to change it. You just need to notice where it is. Is it high or is it low? Is it fast or is it slow? Shallow or deep? This noticing isn't passive, it's communication. It tells the nervous system, I'm here, I'm listening. That alone brings change to the internal environment. This is what people often miss. Healing doesn't begin with action, it begins with safety. And safety changes physiology. When the body feels safer, digestion improves, sleep improves, muscles soften, inflammation reduces, clarity returns, healing becomes easier, not because life is easy, but because the body is no longer stuck in defense. You don't need more discipline, you don't need more willpower, you don't need you definitely need an environment your body can trust. I created Healing is Easy because I've spent 31 years watching good people believe they're broken. Parents who feel like they've failed their children, parents who feel helpless, watching someone they love struggle, people in pain who have tried everything and are exhausted from searching, individuals who've lost trust in their own ability and their own intuition. Healing is Easy began as a framework I used with thousands of people, helping them understand what their body was doing and why. Over time, it became clear that this understanding needed to reach beyond the clinic and into homes, families, and everyday life. That's why Healing is Easy is now becoming a book. The book is in its final stages and will be released soon, but the philosophy behind it is already alive and being used every single day. At its core, Healing is Easy is about understanding how the body actually works under stress, why symptoms appear, why pushing harder often makes things worse, and why healing follows a natural sequence once interference is reduced. It's written to be simple, practical, and easy to apply, not just for professionals, but for everyday people who want to help themselves and the people they love. But healing doesn't happen in theory, it happens in real life. It happens in relationships, it happens in moments when someone feels seen instead of judged, supported instead of pushed, understood instead of fixed. That's why the Healing is Easy ecosystem exists. The school community is where this understanding becomes a lived experience. It's where people learn not just for themselves, but because someone they love is struggling and they want to help without making things worse. It's where I teach these ideas in real time, share simple practices, and show people how to support their nervous system and help their loved ones feel safer, calmer, and more balanced. It's not about perfection. It's not about pressure. It's about learning how to work with the body instead of against it. The courses build on this foundation. They give people clear, step-by-step ways to apply these understandings in their own lives and with the people they care about the most. Not to fix anyone, not to override symptoms, but to support regulation, balance, and trust. Simply to help people feel confident, to help children, to help their partners, parents, and themselves as well. The goal of this work isn't just individual healing, it's collective healing. It's helping parents help their children feel safer, helping partners support each other instead of triggering each other, and helping families create environments where healing can happen naturally. When one person learns how to regulate their nervous system, it affects everyone around them. Children feel it, relationships feel it, homes feel it, communities feel it. This is how real change spreads, quietly, steadily, and sustainably. If this way of understanding healing resonates with you, I invite you to take the next step. You can start now inside the Healing is Easy community. You'll learn how to support your own body and how to help people you love without overwhelming them or yourself. The book will be there to support you as it's released, but you don't need to wait to begin. You don't need to fix anyone. You don't need all the answers. You don't need to do more. You just need to be willing to reduce pressure, create safety, and listen. Healing doesn't begin when you try harder. It begins when the body feels safe enough to let go. You're not broken, you're responding, and the environment changes when the body changes. See you in the next video.